In Season 3 of Fall Guys were only added 5 new rounds with a nautical theme, and the season itself lasted quite a long time. But some players started making their maps in a nautical theme. And so today I will show you these rounds. Also, before I start, I want to ask you to subscribe and write any comment. This will help me gain 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. You can also join my Discord server, especially if you want to get into the video. Let's start. The first map for today is called Underwater Tantrum. The map is quite well done in terms of design, except for the fact that due to the custom background, the entire map is in shadow. The gameplay here is not very pleasant and quite confusing, which is why map is not suitable for a large number of people. I rate this map a 7 out of 10. The next map is called like this and it is a parody of Sunken Climb, but in an underwater theme. As for me, map is good only in terms of visuals. Because the gameplay here is clearly not designed for a large number of people. At the beginning you have to wait if someone runs ahead of you. Also here you need to strictly follow these arrows. Otherwise you will respawn. But I was lucky and was able to cut a small part of the level. 7 out of 10. Next comes a map called Agua Blast. The map looks very much like a ruined one, which fits perfectly with the theme of a sunken city. I can point out these pieces of sand with seaweed on the floor and in the background that fit the theme well. Some objects are also decorated with underwater theme. Great map, but I would replace the background with a digital one. Rating, 8 out of 10. The next map from the same author is called Anchor Avenue. Visually, this is the same as the previous map, so I don't see the point in saying it all again. The gameplay here is a little worse than in the previous one, so 7 out of 10. Fifth map, Sunken Circuit. As you can understand from the name, this is a map similar to Short Circuit and Speed Circuit. But in the underwater theme, obviously because the topic of the video is about underwater maps. In the obstacles and background you can see similarities with the official levels. Which looks pretty cool, but I have only one question for the author of the level: who are these colorful balls? My rating is 9 out of 10. Next comes a map called Kraken Spinner. This map can be described as follows: it is Kraken Slam plus Blastlantis plus Jump Club. The whole environment looks exactly like Kraken Slam. But the point is like in Blastlantis, that is, throw blast balls at each other. Visually it looks very good, so 7.5 out of 10. I don't like to rate it with non-integer numbers. But here it's quite appropriate. The seventh map has a rather interesting idea and is called Ocean Platform. Now I'll explain the whole meaning. There is a screen of 4 squares. Every time there are different drawings that light up there, and you need to avoid standing on the platforms with the drawings that are on the screen. I hope you understood. Very cool map, although I didn't catch the whole meaning right away. 9 out of 10. The 8th map is called Atlantic Mayhem. I can't say much about this map. Visually it looks very good, but the gameplay is as simple as possible. 7 out of 10. The next map from the same author is much more interesting and is called Sunken Climb. The background here is exactly the same as in the previous map, but the gameplay and visuals are completely different. I think it's obvious here that this is another parody of Slime Climb and Slime Scraper, but with underwater theme. As for me, this map is much better than the one that came before. There is nothing unusual in the gameplay, I can only highlight the lack of checkpoints. My rating is 9 out of 10. The penultimate map for today is called Wind Tantrum. This is really cool map with a fairly original idea. Let me explain. Everyone, along with a couple more people, will spawn on a separate island and blocks will move out of the floor. You need to be able to stand in front of these blocks to avoid being blown away by the fan. But I was able to avoid falling a couple of times without standing in front of the blocks. Great map, but actually it was made with mods. If you don't pay attention to the mods, then 10 out of 10. And the last map for today has this name in Chinese. I think it's obvious that mods were used here, but oh my god, this is beautiful. Everything is beautiful here, from the background to the gameplay with decorations. If I wouldn't know that this was done in creative mode, I would have thought that this was a new Unity round from the developers. My rating is 15 out of 10, despite the fact that it was made with mods. That was all the maps for today. Be sure to let me know what you think about them in the comments, I'll be interested in reading. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. As I said, my goal is to reach 1000 subscribers by the end of this year. Also check out Frequent Hair channel because he is doing one more map in SS3 theme.